Are you ready for Special Olympics?
Yes.
When we go in March, what are you going to do?
Play basketball.
And what else?
Soccer.
Jason Franklin and his fellow students have what are known as cognitive disabilities. Here in Texas and in many other states, that means, among other things, that they have an IQ under 70. Many schools have low expectations for kids like them.
I think that the reason why people who work with these groups of children have not really focused on literacy and reading is a belief that it was too cognitively challenging and that perhaps these children just could not be readers.
Let's crab.
People often make assumptions about what these kids are capable of doing. I call that assume-a-side because they make an assumption that they're not capable and then they never try.
Dr. Patricia Mathes is testing those assumptions with a study in Fort Worth. For most children, reading instruction involves phonics, learning the relationship between letters and sounds. But many schools teach children with cognitive disabilities just to memorize, one word at a time.
Hint.
To read at about a third grade level, you have to have memorized about 10,000 words. That's a lot of words to have memorized, especially with a cognitive disability. In order to read every word in the English language, however, you have to memorize the 26 letters and then all the way they're combined. That's still a lot to learn, but it's a lot less.
Practice with lots of different words.
Dr. Mathes and her colleagues have placed specially trained teachers in schools throughout the Fort Worth area.
Let's review our letter sounds.
Using a standard phonics-based curriculum, they hope to prove that children with cognitive disabilities can learn to read and not just memorize a small group of sight words.
Gift.
Karen BRITTON is Jason's teacher.
How about nacho cheese?
I think that the first impression someone gets of Jason can be very misleading because he is so outgoing. However, when he gets into the classroom, he's got some huge challenges that he's got to overcome.
On.
Great.
Jason has Williams syndrome. Like others with this rare genetic condition, Jason has a wonderfully outgoing personality, a strong affinity for music, and significant learning difficulties. Here's Jason's mother, MIMS.
It took him forever to walk, to crawl, to talk. He's 9, and we just successfully learned to tie a shoe.
When I first started teaching Jason, to sound out a word would take him a really long time, even a simple word. It's like if the word was cat and he sounded out k-at. By the time he went back to say the word, he'd forgotten the first letter.
What these children add to the mix is serious memory deficits. And we know that we have to just repeat things again and again and again for them.
Everybody together.
And. Hand.
What's different about this curriculum is that everything is moving in what I call little baby steps. In a typical curriculum, you teach a child one piece and they can make a jump to another piece. We don't make jumps. We make little teeny steps.
Bee Jolly is another teacher in the study, and she knows about teeny steps, including teeny steps backward.
Progress is up and down. Today he might have his letters and sound down, and tomorrow we'll come back and it's like we never introduced the sound or the letters.
Bee teaches Aiden and Jordan, who need her to move very slowly. It may take them a month or more to learn a new sound, but that makes the baby steps feel like triumphs.
Good. And when they come to class the next day and they still can recall a sound, it's like, whoa, I did something.
Set. And.
If they don't know something consistently, I don't think we can say that they've really learned it. So we go out and measure them every 2 weeks.
Which picture begins with a?
These measures don't tell us everything, but we do see growth. If children look very flat time after time after time, we know that we're not doing what we need to do for them. But we do know, compared to the children that are not getting the intervention, that the trends are all in favor, that at the end of the day, these children will be readers.
He has to be able to function in this world. He has to learn how to read. I tell him all the time, I want to always be here. So learn as much as you can.
Jason's mom has a point. Kids who struggle with reading often become adults who struggle to make a living or just to get through the day. But what can happen when kids get the support they need? Let's meet Dr. Christopher Lee. He's a college administrator with severe dyslexia and a mission: